Welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. Stay informed with quick, easy-to-listen summaries of our latest articles, perfect for when you're on the go. No reading required. Subscribe for free at mercola.com for the latest health insights.
Hello, and welcome to Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. I'm Ethan Foster, your host. And today we're tackling a common obstacle to restorative sleep, those relentless racing thoughts that refuse to quiet down. Our focus is a practical technique called cognitive shuffling, designed to nudge the mind into a dream-friendly pattern and help you fall asleep faster.
I'm Alara Skye, joining Ethan to unpack how cognitive shuffling works, why it matters, and how you can integrate it into your nightly routine. We'll explain the science behind the method, walk through detailed steps, and clarify how a simple word game can retrain your brain to wind down without sleep aids.
Let's start by defining the problem. Many listeners lie in bed exhausted, yet their minds replay conversations, plan tomorrow's tasks, or revisit worries. That overactivity keeps the brain's executive network on high alert, blocking the natural transition into sleep. Persistent sleep loss has been tied to anxiety, depression, cognitive decline, and cardiovascular risk.
Exactly. When mental gears keep spinning, conventional advice like clear your mind often backfires. Cognitive scientist Luc Baudouin observed that, just before sleep, the brain naturally shifts from linear thinking to disorganized, random imagery. Cognitive shuffling deliberately mimics this shift, giving the mind a low-stakes task that gently distracts it from stressful loops.
So, cognitive shuffling doesn't aim to silence thoughts, it redirects them. Could you describe the core mechanics?
You select a short, neutral word, say lamp. Mentally list new words beginning with each letter. Lemon, ladder, lint for L, then apple, arch, arrow for A, and so on. The exercise occupies just enough cognitive bandwidth to prevent rumination, while remaining boring enough that the brain can drift towards sleep.
That low-effort distraction sounds straightforward, but environment still matters. Before starting, set the stage. Dim the lights, cool the room, silence devices, and if needed, add white noise. Reducing external stimulation minimizes competition for attention while you practice the shuffle.
Right. Step 1 is always optimizing the bedroom for calm and darkness. Step 2 is choosing a word unlinked to emotion or unfinished tasks. Neutral objects, chair, apple, blanket, work best. Avoid words tied to work or relationships, which could trigger further thinking.
Visualization deepens the effect, correct?
It does. When you think of balloon, picture its shape and gentle rise. Visualization adds a sensory layer that parallels dream imagery and helps disengage verbal analysis. If the picture blurs or you forget where you were, that's fine. It signals cognitive load is dropping.
Let's add breathing. How do listeners synchronize breath with the shuffle?
Inhale as the new word forms. Exhale while visualizing the image. Longer, unforced exhales activate the parasympathetic nervous system, the body's rest and digest mode, lowering heart rate and blood pressure. Breath, imagery, and neutral wordplay combine to guide both mind and body toward relaxation.
Repetition turns the practice into a cue. Using the method nightly trains the brain to associate word listing with winding down. Over time, the shuffle itself signals, it's safe to sleep now, reducing dependence on supplements or apps.
Consistency is key. The first night may not bring instant results for everyone, especially habitual overthinkers. Yet regular use rewires expectations, making the transition to sleep progressively quicker. Think of it as teaching the brain a bedtime choreography.
Who benefits most? Busy parents, professionals under deadline pressure, and anyone whose to-do list follows them to bed.
All of the above, including children. Kids understand word games easily, and the playful aspect keeps them engaged without screens. For adults with anxiety, cognitive shuffling offers structure without the concentration demands of meditation, making it accessible when nerves are high.
That distinction matters. Meditation often asks for focused attention or a blank mind, which can feel impossible when tension is running high. Shuffling, by contrast, lowers cognitive load rather than attempting to empty it, an approach rooted in cognitive load management principles.
It also sidesteps performance pressure. There's no winning or losing. If you fall asleep mid-sequence or forget your place, Success has already occurred. That non-judgmental quality removes the clock-watching stress that so often compounds insomnia.
Listeners may wonder about scientific support. While large clinical trials are pending, the technique stems from well-documented sleep onset processes. EEG studies show that as people drift off, brain activity becomes fragmented and less goal-directed, precisely the pattern cognitive shuffling reproduces.
Plus, anecdotal reports and digital sleep aid platforms have documented consistent user success. The simplicity of the method means barriers to entry are low, enabling real-world testing across diverse age groups and lifestyles without specialized equipment.
Suppose a listener completes one word cycle and remains awake. What next?
Choose a fresh word and repeat. Variety prevents habituation while maintaining neutrality. If alertness persists, reassess external factors, temperature, noise, caffeine timing, then return to the shuffle. Patience is essential. Pushing for immediate results reactivates the executive system we're trying to quiet.
Let's recap practical steps. 1. Create a dark, cool, quiet environment. 2. Pick a neutral, short word. 3. List new words for each letter. 4. Visualize each word while breathing in on the thought and out on the image. 5. Repeat with a new word if necessary until sleep takes over.
The payoff is significant. Users often report shorter sleep onset latency, fewer nighttime awakenings, and reduced anxiety about bedtime altogether. By working with the brain's natural rhythms rather than against them, cognitive shuffling fosters a sustainable, drug-free approach to better sleep.
Final takeaway: racing thoughts are not a personal failing. They're a neural pattern that can be redirected. Cognitive shuffling offers a practical, evidence-informed tool you can apply tonight without cost or training.
Start small, stay consistent, and allow the process to become your nightly wind-down cue. Over time, your brain will recognize the shuffle as its signal to release the day and slip into restorative rest.
That concludes today's episode of Dr. Mercola's Cellular Wisdom. We appreciate you spending these moments with us and hope the insights help you reclaim your nights. I'm Ethan Foster.
And I'm Alara Sky. Thank you for listening, and may your next word list guide you gently into sleep.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe now and click the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video.